Washington state statutes provide that the sheriff is the chief executive officer and conservator of the peace of the county. James Flavelle, Democrat, and Ozzie Knezevich, Republican, are running for this position. And this evening, the opening statement will begin with Mr. Flavelle, and you have 1 minute.
Hello, I'm James Flavelle, your candidate for Spokane County Sheriff. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for the invitation tonight. I'm seasoned and best experienced to handle the responsibilities of the Sheriff's Department. We need change by having a candidate that is experienced in administration to serve and protect the community. I'm a family man. I'm a decorated Vietnam veteran, 1968 and 69. I'm a former state trooper, and I'm a businessman since 1982 in Spokane.
Thank you. Mr. Knezevich.
My name is Ozzie Knezevich, Sheriff of Spokane County, and I thank the League of Women Voters for the opportunity to speak tonight. As your sheriff, my first goal is to protect the citizens of Spokane County and hold people responsible for the crimes they commit and those in my agency for their conduct. Over the last 6 months, you've had an opportunity to see what I believe is important to this community. I've returned detectives to the districts so they can solve crimes in your neighborhoods. I've doubled the sex offender unit that tracks registered sex offenders. I've also worked on a system where patrol will help them in that area. Along with my city and federal partners, we formed a gang task force which has already led to success in that area. We are currently working on bringing Crime Check back, which is a very vital part of law enforcement in this area, and we continue to work on designing a new jail for this community.
Thank you. The first question this evening will begin with you, Mr. Knezevich, and you'll have a moment to respond. How do you feel about a Citizens Oversight Committee to investigate and respond to citizen complaints about perceived mishandling of inappropriate officer actions?
I believe that having a Citizen Oversight Committee would be a benefit to law enforcement in the area. The thing that we need to make sure is the people that sit on that committee are there for the benefit of the public and not for political agendas. Right now we have a system where we investigate the wrongdoings of officers in the field. It wouldn't be a stretch to give that investigation over to citizens to make sure that there were adequate time and investigation and that we did the job properly in that area.
Thank you. Mr. Flavelle?
I'm generally support a Citizens Oversight Committee. Again, the rules are, quite often we'll have an internal investigation or we'll have third-party investigation, particularly when we have questionable behavior on the part of officers in our force. But I'm certainly a strong supporter of making sure that we have somebody out there looking at us to make sure that things are fair, citizens are being properly protected by our police officers.
Thank you. An interest in a rebuttal or a response, Mr. Knezevich, or you feel like you've answered the question?
I think we've answered that question.
Beginning with Mr. Flavelle, what is your first priority if elected?
My first priority, other than my command staff, and that's a separate discussion, but would be to get Crime Check back up and operational. Crime Check's been down since January 2005. As we all know, if you call into the Sheriff's Department, one of 13 numbers right now tonight